About 11 o'clock today that I was going to be giving this presentation, so I appreciate your patience. And our task team has not had a chance yet to give a thorough examination of what we've discovered. And quite honestly, it is a gigantic topic. And we have done our best to compile and consolidate all the information that we could possibly address in the investigation of the 15 or so questions that we provided to you last week. And so what I'm going to do is going to step through these one by one, and if you don't mind, I might be a little more than 10 minutes because we haven't had a chance to address these thoroughly yet. And I would really like to have your feedback on this material. I don't begin to pretend that it's perfection, but we have relied on all the information provided to us by staff. We have endeavored to have well-documented numbers and information so that the ad hoc committee can stand behind it if and when we have an opportunity to speak to the public on December 10th. So I'm just going to quickly give you an overview of the questions again so that you have an idea of where we're going, and then we're going to start stepping through it. And I might ask that you just hold your questions until the end, just take note of them, and then we can address it then so we can keep the train of thought throughout these questions. So, the first question, actually, you can see at the beginning, that's where the other questions begin. So the questions are, number one, what are the gross and net costs to Lambton Shores at the proposed sewage treatment facility under the single train and double train options under consideration? Number two, how secure is the funding from the provincial and federal governments under both options of the sewage treatment facility? Number three, how will the sewage treatment costs to Lambton Shores be financed? Number five, how is currently known developments, Rice, South Bend, etc., paying their fair share of the new sewage treatment facility? Number five, what will the impact of the sewage treatment costs be on the municipal debt and debt servicing costs? 6, what other costs will have to be incurred, such as the decommissioning of the existing lagoon system, etc.? 7, how will all the existing sewer system users be impacted by the new sewage treatment facility? 8, what are the incremental operational costs for the new sewage treatment facility, and what will these, and how will these costs be what options do Lambton Shores have in financing the costs for the proposed collection systems? 12, what are the potential costs to homeowners in Zone 3 and 4? 13, what are the costs to the homeowners in Zone 3 and 4 potential alternatives as provided by Task Team 3? 14, what are the potential economic impacts of extending the collection system to Zone 3 and 4? 15, what are the current wastewater user fees and what are the projected wastewater user fees? And 16, how do Lambton Shores user rates compare to other jurisdictions? So you can see that it's quite an extensive list of questions. And just by way of reminder, there's been some question about addressing sewage treatment facility issues, but I just would reiterate that Council approved a revised mandate on July 11th, which says the committee will review taxpayer issues and concerns pertaining to the sewage treatment facility and the need for the extension of wastewater services to the residents and businesses of Zones 3 and 4. So has been our purpose, is to address those questions, those issues in our report. So to begin with, we can move to the next one, see if it fits. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so based on the detailed information provided by John Byrne, our CAO, dated November 3, 2001, the gross and net cost for the sewage treatment is shown in this chart and includes the two options under consideration, that being a single train, option number 1, and a double train, option number 2. So just by way of explanation, you'll notice that it's Lambton Shores, South Huron, Blue Water, and a total of costs. The first section is a single train, the second section is the dual train. A couple other explanation points are the percentages there that you see, 48.4, 30.2, 21.4, are actually the percentage that were assigned to us through the tri-municipal agreement that were dated July 23rd, 2010. And the gross costs will include the design, engineering, construction, contingency, and a small allowance for miscellaneous expenditures and net HST costs. You may have seen some lower numbers in the paper or other places, but these are the total costs with all contingencies and miscellaneous expenditures included. So the Build Canada Fund monies are limited to 2/3 of the gross costs and is equally shared by the federal and provincial governments. And number 4, the Green Municipal Fund is subject to the confirmation that the final plant design contains sufficient green initiatives. So that isn't a solid monies necessarily. We have to ensure that we have enough green initiatives. So the net costs to Lambton Shores is further reduced by a contribution from the Pinery Provincial Park towards the cost of the new sewage treatment facility. And the contribution from the Pinery is over and above the contribution they made for the construction of the Goose Marsh line connection to the existing lagoons. So you can see that for example, the double train, we have a reduction of $1.45 million from the Pinery, their contribution, leaving an outstanding amount of $3.88, almost $3.9 million. So, moving on to our second question, actually, you can just maybe stay in the previous one for a minute. So, the second question was, how secure is the funding from the provincial and federal governments? Federal and provincial funding from the Build Canada Fund has been confirmed as of April 15, 2009, subject to completion by March 2016. On January 15, 2010, the Federation of Canadian Municipalities approved a grant in the amount of $400,000, or 13.33% of the eligible cost, subject